Hi, ever get stuck trying to pose your characters? Well, in this video I'm going to show you how one simple line can really help you to see better. I'm going to show you 3 different sketches. The first 2 will just be a warm-up, and I'll show you how to get a nice line of action using the center line. I recommend that you stay till the end because in the last part of the video I'm going to draw a much more detailed drawing which will be very subtle, and you'll see how you can make a subtle drawing out of but still stand out. But anyway, let's dive in. So in this first drawing I've got a female figure side view, and you can see that she's really posing very animatedly and her body is not stiff. It's really quite free movement. Now these first 2 sketches, I'll just show you how you can get the figure to really come alive and be super dynamic. So she's this pose has got a lovely arch to the back. She's quite animated really, and the hands are on the head, which pulls the drapery up nicely. This second view, she's got her hands on her head as well, and I quite like that pose actually, the hands on the head, because it pulls the drapery up and it looks rather nice. And this is a more frontal view. Notice the line of action in the first and this pose as well. Always look for the line of action. It's quite simple, but if you find that line of action, especially with the center line, it really helps you to see the pose. See, there's nothing stiff or static about these poses. These girls have really they've really posed in a dynamic and fantastic way. So I'll just add a little bit of shading to these, just to enhance the particular pose and to give it a more 3D effect. I recommend when drawing this sort of pose, you adopt the pose yourself too. It helps you to get a feel of where the weight's distributed. That's one advantage of the center line, is that it helps you to balance the figure, even if they're in a sort of a dynamic pose like this one or the second one. It's quite simple to see how the weight's distributed on each side of that line. You can see that I've got a third rectangle there, and it's larger than these. I'll be putting doing a drawing in that one, which will be same kind of dynamic pose, but I'll do it in more detail. I won't make it hyper detailed, but what I'm interested in is the subtlety of the light that how it helps the pose. So that will be worth waiting for. So the moment we start to do a bit of hatching and a bit of shading, it really makes a two-dimensional original drawing come to life, and it looks more solid. Even in these really rather quick sketches, there's still a sense of movement and solidity about the figures. Now this slightly bigger drawing is a back view, and she's also got her arms held up, not exactly in the same way above her head, but they're posing. She's posing with her arms straight out rather than down. I love this pose. Actually, I've drawn this model several times, and I never get tired of it. It's a beautiful pose. I'm going to put a little bit of background in this to also show you the how I do the shading. Just feeling my way around this drawing. I don't stay in one spot too long. I think it's very important to move around and treat the drawing as a whole thing, not a sort of a mixture of lots of little pieces, but rather a unified whole that will make the drawing look like it's identifiable. Just want to show you the material that I use. This is 135 GSM manga paper, B4 size, and you can see it's double-sided, but on this side you've got lots of lines and directions there, and the other side there's nothing. And the other thing that I used in this was a grid, a template rather, and that's 10 by 8. On this one here it's 15 by 12, and that provides a good size. And the range of pencils, my absolute favourite for light subtle shading, as in this one, is 0.3 with a B lead, and an ordinary Dixon pencil, and the this is a 2H pencil. It's very light at first, but it's the way I like to work, and if you just can wait a minute while I go to the darker pencil once I've got it mapped out. But that's the basics of the material. Thank you. Now, the type of shading I'm doing is hatching, and you can see in this drawing now how she's dark. Her dress is darker on one side, on the left side, and I've just subtly put that light just behind or next to that dark dress, and this contrasts with the other side, which is it's got more light on the dress, so I make the shading next to it a bit darker. Now that doesn't really, you don't notice it in a way, in a sense. It's just a subtle thing, but it's a beautiful way to shade. We'll put it this way, it looks like it's more natural. You know it's standing out, but you don't even know why, in a sense, it's standing out, and it's subtle. This is what we should strive for, is subtlety. Well, I hope you got something out of this. This is a drawing or a set of drawings about how to use the centre line, and the centre line is such a valuable thing because it helps you to balance the figure and so forth. So I hope it helped you in your drawing, and I'd just ask if you could like and subscribe to the channel. Help me out by subscribing, and also leave a comment in the description box below. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.